You ever look inside your heart and not find a world of love? Sometimes it doesn't always feel like there's a world of love there. There is. And sometimes it's so blocked that you can't feel it. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today, about the soul. Because we're talking about home, but we're talking about the soul. And I always love this topic because I like to think about what that soul really is, you know, in relationship to spirit, in relationship to our humanness. And Thomas More wrote Care of the Soul. Many of you might have read it before. And in it, he says that one of the greatest maladies of the 20th century is that we are suffering from a loss of our soul as individuals and collective, that we've neglected our soul. And I think that's true. I think that's why we can't look inside sometimes and feel this incredible wealth of love that we really are. You know, we have a hard time. And it's because, you know, of this block that we have. And because we've lost this soul connection. And that's what we're talking about, soul relationships, and we're talking about soul connections. And what I know is that our connection, you know, to spirit is through the soul. You know, this beautiful love out there, that is in there, we connect through this energy of the soul. So, you know, however you look at soul, you know, people, every tradition talks about the soul a little bit differently. You know, when I grew up, actually C.S. Lewis, you guys know the poet, he says that we don't have a soul, we are a soul, right? We are a soul. We have a body, but we're a soul. And I got to thinking about that. Where's the soul? You know, where does it reside? And I was thinking about when I was a little girl. You know, think about this, if you can finish this for me. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord, if I should, before I wake, my soul to take. Okay, I was creeped out. I was creeped out. I have to tell you, I was creeped out by this as a kid. You know, and I can remember being a little kid and having to memorize that at night before I went to bed, thinking that this soul, right? Your soul is something that's in there that, you know, if I die, you know, it's up for grabs if God's getting it or the devil, you know? And it scared the wits out of me. It used to scare me. So that's how I thought about soul as a child. But I think, you know, as I've kind of evolved a little bit, you know, hopefully, that I've seen, you know, it change a little bit. I've seen this idea that we are souls. That we are souls having a human experience. And I love that. But that this essential nature, see, this essential nature is our soul, and it never dies. It's who we are. It's this energy of love. And it's who we really are. It's not something that we have inside of us, you know, that just does stuff. It's every bit of who we are, of who each of us are, who, you know, the trees are. That's the soul. And I think of it so differently today. I actually, the way that I love to think about it is as energy. You know, Pat, you know, I always talk about energy. And it's because a soul is energy. And Deepak Chopra says it better than anybody when he says that everything is love, creativity, and intelligence. Everything. You are love, you are creativity, you are intelligence. And he says, but it's all at different levels, right? It's different levels of awareness that we see this as. So he says that there's different levels of awareness. There's God energy, there's soul energy, and then there's mind and body energy. And he says that this God energy is this infinite, this eternal, this powerful light, and it would blind us if we could see the power of God. In the Bible, I remember growing up as a kid that in Exodus, did you learn the Bible verses? I did. And it said, you cannot see the face of God and live. That's another thing that freaked me out. Do you remember that? Okay. So I was like, you know, okay, God, don't see me here, you know. Because it's scary, you know. You can't see the face of God and live. So, you know, and I get that. I understand what that means now. It means that when there is so much God, you're blinded by it. And you know, there's people that you've read about through in Cosmic Consciousness, you heard of Walt Whitman, who had this experience of the light, and it just kind of knocked him silly for a while. It's like it takes out all the humanness, and all of a sudden, it's like everything is this incredible light. Eckhart Tolle, you know, if you've heard about his story, he was blinded by the light, and he kind of sat on a park bench for years. You know, it's because that's what I'm talking about, seeing too much God before it's filtered. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because that's what our soul energy is. Our soul is a different power. It's a power that almost like steps down this energy of God. Does that make sense? That's what Deepak Chopra says, is that we are these souls, and that that is a step down version of God energy. It filters this powerful love through our soul. So that's how we reach spirit. Spirit's our home. We're talking about home. That's God. That's the infinite. That's a power of love. That's who we are. And our soul is what connects to that. So it's our job as a human to connect with our soul and to bring in the God energy, to bring in this God power, you know? And then he says that at the human level, you know, that's what most of us work on, is this human level, this mind-body energy. And it gets so blocked with fear that we can't bring in the soul energy, that we can't even feel the power of God's love, the power of who we really are. It's blocked by everything that we think, you know, by our problems, by our challenges in life. And when we don't find time to connect to this beautiful power, find the quietness, the solitude, you know, the love that we are, we'll never be able to function the way we could if we were connected to the beautiful soul energy. All of our answers, everything that you're looking for in life, no matter what you're going through, lies in the soul level. It lies there. That's where the answers are. In the creative, in the love, in the wisdom. That's what divine intelligence is. It's being connected to your soul. See, I've always said we are meant, I know we are, we're meant to have these creative, loving, happy lives. That's what we're to do. But we get blocked with everything. And our job is to take that spirit and to bring it to earth and then share it. And to be the gift that you are, uniquely you. You know, our deepest desire is to live connected to this soul that we have. You know, we should be able to feel the warmth of our soul. You know, all the time. That's the way we were meant to live, is to get up in the morning and to feel the warmth of God move through you, the warmth of who you are move through you, and love you, and walk with it, and make decisions with it, and do your life connected. But somehow we're not doing that, you know, because we don't know we're connected. We think we're just this little human doing life by itself, and we're not. There is such a warmth and a power of energy, of vibration. When you raise your vibration enough to connect to the soul, it changes your life. That should be our job every morning, is to connect with the soul, and every night, and to connect with the soul so that we can do life. So that we can do life at that soul level. So we can bring in so much spirit. So we can feel our magnificence. We are so magnificent. So last week I talked about the lady that I'm working with now, Anita Majani, who says that our life is about that. It's about realizing the magnificence that you are uniquely. You know, everybody here has a unique journey, has a unique soul experience, and that's your magnificence. Are you sharing this magnificence? Are you feeling it and then sharing it? That's what this is about. It's about sharing who you are. But when we're out of alignment, we can't do that. We can't do that when we're out of alignment. You know, we don't have a sense of well-being, which is our divine birthright, really. You know, we have a sense of well-being where we just feel good every morning about who we are, no matter what's going on. There's a connection and a soul warmth that walks with us. You know, but we have to be the ones to choose. You know, that's the deal, is that, you know, we can hear this a million times. Every time you come here, you know, I talk about the power of God that works through us. But we have to be the ones to choose to open the curtains if the light's going to come in, right? Our curtains are shut. And so it's for each of us to let, you know, sometimes you let a little, you know, you let a little light in, you know. Sometimes you open the whole window and let the whole light in. But you get to choose how much light comes in. It's up to each and every one of us, you know, to do that. So when we find this deeper realm, you know, this realm of God, of soul, we find out that we have so much more possibility. See, I told you the intelligence is there. It's like all the possibilities of our life lie in this field of energy that is kind of blocked for us. But when we step into it, all this possibility, I know you know that, Lillian, all this possibility starts to happen in your life, and everything changes when you start to tap into this. You see answers, you see possibilities, that everything's potential in your life. And you can live like that. It's exciting. You get this expanded sense of who you are. See, we're not the body. We are so much more. We are expanded love, and all the answers are all around us. So if you're going through anything in your life, the answer is find it here. Find your soul, and let your soul guide you through it. Whatever you're going through, find it through solitude, through meditation, through connection, through the eyes of babies, through trees. How do you see God? Everybody sees God uniquely, and they see it differently. That's what our job is in this lifetime, is to be able to find how you see God, to practice it, feel it, and then bring it out. Right? Bring it out to each other. Share your gift. Share your magnificence with each other. At that time, God's a mystery. The Spirit is. Spirit's a mystery. And I think once we tap into the soul level, we start to realize that we're okay with that we're comfortable with this uncertainty of life, because we trust that it's going to be okay. We don't have to know everything. Judy laughs at me because I always want to know everything that goes on, and I still do, and I read everything and I try to figure everything out. I know I'm never going to find out, right? Doesn't matter. What I do is trust it's going to be better than I ever could imagine anyway, right? It's going to be way better. Spirit is working through each and every one of us, and once we tap into that realm, we take these quantum leaps of creativity, and then our lives, no matter how old we are, our lives start to go in different directions that are exciting. You're not meant to grow old and die. You're meant to tap into the energy and move forward with excitement, with love, with passion in your life. That's what we're meant to do here. Not just get old and give up, right? Every one of us is the power. I mean, we're not our bodies, if that's true. We're the expanded energy that can do anything in life. Use our magnificence to do that, to find the deepest realm possible within you that connects you. And so what we have to do is shift our identity of who we think we are, right? I do think we still think we are this limited being, and we're not. When we shift and we know, everything changes to us when we're connected to Spirit. There's a blessing in the Anam Cara book, and it's the blessing of solitude. And I'm going to read this because I love this. I want you to feel these words. Really feel the words move through your body, because this is my prayer for you. It's my prayer for me, for all of us. It says, may I recognize in my life the presence, the power, the light of my soul, your soul. May I realize I am never alone, that my soul in its brightness and belonging connects me intimately with the rhythm of the universe. I love that. We're part of this universe. We're part of the rhythm of it. We're not alone. May I have respect for my own individuality and difference. We're not like everybody else, and we don't want to be. Sometimes I think we want to be, right? But we don't. We want to be unique. We want to be different. We're all God expressing differently, uniquely. May we express uniquely as each one of you. Uniquely as Mike. Uniquely as Meg. There'll never be another Mick. You're going, thank God, huh? No, there'll never be another you. And you get this chance. Mike, every one of you get this chance to express uniquely. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? May I realize that the shape of my soul is unique, that I have a special destiny here, that behind the facade of a life there is something good and beautiful and eternal happening. Wow. Behind this facade that we have, there's something swirling around inside each and every one of us. That's huge. We don't know what it is, but when we tap into that soul creativity, it starts to unfold. We start to do things we never thought we could do. But we gotta make the choice to tune in. That's the whole point of all this. We gotta tune in. May I learn to see myself with the same delight and pride and expectation with which God sees me in every moment. I love that. How would you like to see yourself as God sees you? That's a practice. That's a practice of getting up and thanking God every moment and loving yourself and expressing your magnificence. That's my prayer, is that each one of us every day can get up, can feel our magnificence, can walk that way, know we're unique beings, and that we express in this world in the highest way possible. We do what we came here to do, right? Each one of us. That's what our call is to tap into the beauty that we are. We don't have to know what it is. See, sometimes we go, I don't know my purpose and stuff. You don't have to know. God knows. You just tap into the soul. You feel the love that pulsates through you, and you'll be led. I promise you that. Thank you. What an ending.